Look, let's look at this problem. A thin steel wire of uniform cross-section is bent into a shape shown. Look at the shape. This thin steel wire is bent like this from C to B, or BC is a quarter circle. It is not half circle, it's 1/4 of a circle with the radius R. You can see that the radius here is R, all the way R. He need to find out the center of gravity. Center of gravity, centroid, they all mean the same thing. Now, so we could put the things here, 240 that way, this is the radius, and this is 100 millimeter, 180 millimeter, and 300 millimeter. So the radius of the quarter circle is AC. AC is the radius, and also AB is the radius, because it's a quarter circle. It goes from B to C. So AC and AB is the radius, and the radius is 300 because AB is 300 millimeter. Now, since AC is one radius, let's find the angle alpha here between the z-axis and AC. The angle, you can see that sine alpha is equal 180 over the whole 300. Okay, so sine alpha is equal 180 over 300. You could find alpha, sine inverse 180 over 300. This is equal 36.86. Now, let's put all the parts. Now, you can see that the wire has a part, first of all, A, B, the first part, and then B, C, and then C, D, and then D, A. Okay, so let's take the first part. Let's take this part, A, B. What is the length of AB? You can see it, 300. So you're going to put here the length. Construct a table. Length is 300 millimeter. What is the X bar? Let's look at AB. It's in the y-axis. There is nothing in the X bar. There is nothing in the Z. It's in the y-axis. So X bar is 0. Z bar is 0. Now Y bar, it is in the center of 300. So it's 150. So you can put it here. X bar is 0. Y bar is 150. Z bar is 0. Now, length times X bar, 0. Length times Y bar, 45,000. Length times Z bar, it's 0. Now, this is in millimeter square. Millimeter cube, because, oh no, this is millimeter square, because length times X bar is millimeter square. So this is millimeter square, millimeter square, millimeter square. So now we found AB. Let's look at BC. BC is 1/4 of a circle. So 1/4 of a circle, we have to find out what is the length of this 1/4 of a circle, this length. Well, we know from the circle, it is the circumference is by D. That's for a full circle. But since we are dealing with a radius, so we could convert the diameter to a radius, to R. Okay? And since it is a 1/4 of a circle, it's divided by 4. So 2 and 4, it's 2. So by R over 2. By R over 2, this is the circumference. This is the length of AC. So the length of AC is equal to, you can see it here, it's by R over 2, 471.238. Now, X bar is 2R sine alpha over pi. Remember we find sine alpha? 36.86. So 2r, and the radius we know it. The radius is 300 over pi. This is x bar of 1/4 of a circle. So x bar is 2 times 300 times sine 36.87 over pi. What is y bar of 1/4 of a circle? You don't have to memorize this. This should be given to you. Y bar is 2r over pi. So we could find 2 times 300 over pi for y bar for the 1/4 of a circle. Z bar is 2r cosine alpha over pi. So you could find a z bar. Now, length times x bar, 53,999.16. Length times y bar, and that is 89,999.389. Length times z bar, and this is equal to 71,999.04. These are all in millimeters. Now, what is next? We found AB. We found BC. Now let's find CD. What is the length of CD? Remember that CD has, if you look at it like this, CD has 240 and this is 100. So 240 square plus 400 square, and this is the under the square, this is 260. So the length from C to D is 260. So we'll find CD length is 260. Now, this is CD. X bar, it is, you can see it is here, 180 plus half of this, center of this, because CD is in this, in the x-axis. Half of this is 100 over 2, 50. So it's 180 divided plus 50 is equal to 230. And you can see that this is in the XZ plane. It is not in the Y plane. So Y is 0. Y bar is 0. Z bar, you can see Z bar in this side, it's 240. This is in the Z axis. 240 over 2 is 120 because the center of 240 is 120. So now length times X bar, length times Y bar, 0. Length times Z bar, this one, 31,200. So now we found each one of them. Let's find the last one. We found AB, we found BC, we found CD. Now let's find the last piece of the wire, DA. So DA, we know DA is 180 plus 100, that's 280. So you can see it, 280. X bar, you can see that X bar is 180 plus 100, 280 divided by 2, that's 140. Remember, this is in the x-axis. Y and Z are zeros. Okay? This times this, that's LX bar. 39,200. The rest are 0 because L times Y bar and L times Z bar are zeros and zeros. Now you have to sum up. LX bars, the summation of all of them, this plus this plus this plus this. Summation of all of this here. Summation of all of this here, and summation of the areas. Summation of length. Okay? Now, since we are talking about center of gravity and the wire, summation of LX bar over summation of L, you divide this over this, you'll end up with X bar equal 116.7 millimeter. Summation of LY bar over summation of L, it will give you 103 millimeter. Summation of LZ bar over summation of L, 78.7 millimeter. So these are the center of gravity in the X direction, Y direction, and Z direction. Thank you.